What's going on, everyone? Welcome to a Thursday edition of Back Your Play with Q. I'm your host, Rich Quinones, and it's the middle of the week, so we got to talk a little sweet science, little boxing. Nicolas Hernandez, kind enough to join us, super welterweight, getting set for a little rematch, I believe, against Terrence Williams. That'll be on March 18th up in PA, and look at you. You got the belts behind you. You're all decked out. You're all ready to go. It's all about bragging a little bit. What's going on?
I'm ready. I'm ready to rumble. 2 weeks. I'm excited for this one. Yeah.
I mean, so let me ask you a question. I know you turned pro back in 2014. Your first bout, I believe, was a loss, and you ripped off a couple fights in a row. You fought a lot in Puerto Rico. You fought a lot in Pennsylvania. You won 25 fights. You fought well over 30-something odd times, or 25, 5, and 3. You got a really nice, mark and record. You put together a really nice career. Was there a point where right now, are you kind of content where you're at as a fighter? Or are you maybe looking at this point in the game, 36, 37, 38 years of age where, all right, let me try to get a couple more fights under my belt and see if I can get a regional title, a bigger payday? Like, where are you at overall in your career?
If I told you, you're going to tell me I'm crazy, because this year I want to fight like nine fights, 8 fights. I want to stay busy, very busy this year. I think this is the year that I was planning for years that is going to be the hardest, because I want all the challenge.
Yeah.
I want to get the biggest fight now.
Do you feel as though, because a lot of the fighters and everyone, you lose a year because of COVID, so you have to catch up a little bit, and then obviously last year, if you fought 3 or 4 times, I mean, if you're saying you want to fight 7, 8, 9 times, I mean, if you do the math right, are these all going to be 6-rounders? Are they going to be 8-rounders? I mean, you got to space them apart.
I just want to stay busy. That's my goal, staying busy and defend the title that I have. I think 8 rounds, 10 rounds. That's what I'm looking, because I think last year I fought 6 times. And the year before that, I fight 8 times. Wow. So I was kind of very busy. And the COVID year, I fought 4 times. I think the COVID blessed me. Some people was wrong. For me, it was a bless. The COVID was a bless, because that was the time that I learned a little bit of the game, and I met new people and new connections, and I went at it. The COVID year, I fought 4 times.
Wow.
That was my busy year.
People, if they don't really know of your background or your career, I mean, you've been in there with some really good fighters, man, and you've beaten some really good fighters, whether it was De La Rosa, Julio Rodriguez. You've so it's not, sometimes when they get to this point in their career, they kind of just want to, you kind of handpick here and there. I know you're going to fight Williams again. I know you want to take that fight because you want the rematch, because you lost, and I understand that. When you look at your division right now and you look where you're at, are there any names that kind of jump out and you say, hey, I think this would be a good fight for me, maybe 8 or 10 rounds?
Right now, my 100% focus, Terrence Williams, because this is the 3rd fight. We fought 3 times already. This is going to be the 3rd fight. And I'm very excited, because now I'm moving up another division. I'm fighting 147, 154, and now it's 160. Right. And I'm going to go moving up, because the last fight, people don't know that I lost with him, but he came out overweight. He came out at 160 in that fight. And that's what he used, the holding, the experience to survive. So to survive the storm that I was going, But it is what it is. I took it. I fought in February, and now I'm ready for him. Now my body is react very well with the weight, so I'm very prepared for that fight. Soon I finish that fight, I'm thinking I got a couple options and couple names, good names, that I just waiting for this one. Finish this one on 2 weeks. Very excited for this one, because we know each other for years. So. And soon I finish this one. I want some big names. And already they told me some names and offers, but I just ready for the challenge. I'm really very excited for the challenge, the 2023.
Yeah, you mentioned the fight against Williams, third time around. You beat him the first time, you got the better of you the second time around. So you started your career, would you say 140, 145, 147?
154,
154. And now you're fighting it.
160. This one. Yeah, that's why I took a month to teach my body to lift because I never lift weights. So lifting weight to get stronger, to get the weight what it is. Because I was always walking 151,
Yep.
154. I never passed that weight. And I know it's the issue when you fight 160 because inside the ring they go up 20 pounds.
Right,
So I
right.
was like, okay. So now I teach my body's perfect for 2 weeks, get ready and go inside the ring 180, 175. That's what my body is teach. So I'm pretty excited for this one. And then I want to go down. I want to go down to 154, 147, whatever offer
Wow.
is in the
So
line. I'll do it.
you rehydrate, right? When you rehydrate yourself, you're putting on another 5 to 10 pounds. And then you said you obviously you know your body, you know you can come keep coming up and down. I mean, I would think sometimes as you get older, right, and you want to get down to a certain weight, that's when the training becomes a lot more rigorous, more intense, and
Yeah.
more importantly, the diet, right? I mean, even a little bit of salt here and there, even a little bit of, I mean, you carry that weight 2, 3, 4 extra pounds, and then you have to worry about Thursday, Friday, weigh in. I got to sweat this sucker out.
Yeah.
And then I come into the ring and maybe I'm a little dry. And that's never a good thing for a fighter because that tells you they had a hard time cutting weight.
Yep. Yep. But for now, I'm pretty good teaching my body and eating good. I'm very disciplined. Every day I go and train twice a day. And I'm very consistent. So I think a month that they give me to take this fight is perfect because I teach my body and my body react very well. That's why I say yes to fight him because we know each other. And I'm going to go to his hometown and put in a big show. That fight, definitely, I'm going to put a big show.
I always, a lot of times with 6 round fights, right? When you think about it, you can't really have a feeling out round, if that makes sense, right? I mean, maybe
Yep.
you can give up that 1 round, but then you got to be wary of the fact that maybe the third or fourth could potentially be the swing round. And then depending upon how the fight has unfolded, you might be down on the scorecards where all of a sudden that light has to go on and you've got to pick up the pace. Do you consider yourself more of a high volume puncher or are you more methodical? Let me move around. Let me get the jab going. Let me dictate the fight.
That was a good question because before I fought him, I was fighting 10 rounds and 8 rounds. And I think the second round, my corner said, Nicolas, you're fighting 6 rounds. Stop storing him and moving. Just go at him. And I was like, oh my God. Even in a fight, I forgot about that. I was like, wow, yeah, I just get 2 rounds to this guy just moving around. So let me make the pressure. When I was making the pressure, I was too close to him, so he was holding me.
Yeah.
And all that weight, my legs and everything started feeling very weird. But now, because it's 6 round, I know what to do. I'm not even thinking about getting a 1 round to rest. Nah, I'm just gonna put action for me and for the fans. You know what I mean? Because I know what I can do.
You were born in Puerto Rico?
Yes.
How many fights have you had over there?
No, I'm born in Puerto Rico, right? And I'm half Dominican. My most of my fights are in Republic Dominican, and he in PA.
So you've never had a fight in Puerto Rico?
No,
Oh,
no.
wow. So you fought a lot in DR.
Yes, that's my other country. That's what I had a house there. That I got my grandma. That's what I live to. I go over there
But
every time.
when you talk boxing, though, do you more line of I'm a Puerto Rican fighter? I have the style of a Puerto Rican fighter.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what people, because my accent, the way that I talk more like Puerto Rico because I'm born and grow over there in Puerto Rico. But right now, growing, that's my country, Republic Dominican. That's what I always go, Republic Dominican.
So let me give you a couple names. You tell me, give me like a word or two to describe a couple of these guys. Felix Trinidad.
The left hook. Very strong.
Miguel Cotto.
Ooh, body shot. Go out there. He just go forward and body shot. Very disciplined guy.
Yes, yes, yes. You know, it's funny too, because he almost fights like a Mexican fighter, the way he, you know, compact and comes at you with the body shots. Wilfredo Gomez.
Wow, he's a machine. You can't even touch that guy. That guy is too crazy in the ropes, moving. He passed a lot of punches. Old school guy, old school teach. I love it.
How about Wilfred Benitez?
Power,
Yeah,
power, body shot.
yeah. And I'll throw you a curveball on this one. Amanda Serrano.
Woo! The best fighter, right? Being a woman, the best woman fighter.
Yeah.
And she's ready to fight even a man. I believe so.
It's amazing how far female and women's boxing has come. Do you look at yourself as a full-time fighter, a full-time boxer?
Oh man, it's hard to say, but not really, because I got my job. I have my family, and I always focus in my work. You know what I mean? I'm a barber for 25 years. So I was cutting hair and take care of my family for a year. I've been with my wife 16 years. I've been married and I have my daughters. And I'm a family guy, more family guy. Now, kind of switched a little bit because I had the opportunity. I just did it because boxing, I just did it because I like to fight and start kind of older. I started when I was 30 years old.
Yeah.
And the story go more crazy because my first amateur fight, he was in 250 pounds.
Wow.
and the challenge, and I love to compete. I was like, let me keep going down. And look at what I am now. I can fight 147, 154, and 160. And I can control my body and teach my body for all these years. Even that I'm kind of old, but I never been KO. I never been hurt.
Right.
Thank God
That's
first.
a big thing.
Yeah, very important for boxing. And my mind 100%, in the world, because not like all the boxers with all these fights, they kind of crazy the way they talk. No, I feel very healthy and I'm focused, very focused.
No, it's a good point. The health is paramount, because especially when you've had 30 something odd fights, right? When you look at some of the fighters, maybe from other countries, or even in Europe, and they've had 200-300 amateur fights, right? Then you wonder how long their careers can be, because they do go through some wear and tear. But then conversely, I think in the States, if you have about 35 amateur fights under your belt, to me, that tells me, depending upon if you went through, nationals or golden gloves or diamond gloves or whatever it was, or trials, that tells me you're pro ready, right? 35 amateur fights, you're pretty much ready to turn pro.
Yeah, that's what I think. In my case, I only had like 15 amateur fighting. Every fight was a different weight division. So I never had the rhythm of like, okay, this is my weight. I'm going to keep. Nah, it was like going down, and the fight was kind of far. And every time that I was fighting, they put me in the main event with the best fighter, and that play that we go. So it was kind of challenge for me all my career in the amateurs. Only did like 14, 15 fights in the amateurs, and my record was not that good. But I was kind of on and say, let me turn pro.
Yeah.
And you can see my record. The guy got a losing record, and he beat me.
Yep.
So that put me more like intense to train more and go for it. And another big thing that people don't know is the most important is the coach. I never had a coach. Still, these days, still fighting every day. And I train by myself. It's people that come and say, oh, I'm going to help you. But you know how it is. They come for the money and go real quick.
Of course. No, especially in this sport, let's be honest, no one is doing it because they have, sincere heart. All right, what can you do for me, right? At the end of the day. And but that's why I see it's safer to be a barber. That's safer for you, that you always get repeat customers in business.
That was a good one. Yeah. That's right. I hold a gym. I got a gym here, and that's what I always helping the kids. And I want to give the kids what I never have. Is the
Yeah.
coach always there for me, always taking care of them. You mean watching them go to school to see how they
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Because I never had it, so that's why I always focus on the kids. But now I have to finish my career. I had like two
Right.
more years. That's what I say. Two
Okay.
more years, and I hang out the gloves.
And that's why you want to be so busy. I'm wondering though, how much trash talking do you do at the barbershop?
Oh my god! I used to trash talk a lot when I was younger, but now it's like nah. I'm in business. I just really I can cut in an hour. I can cut 4 people. So
Wow.
it's come and go. 15 minutes haircut. I can do beers. I can do everything. So people follow me a lot. Is because the quick that I am cutting hair
Yeah.
and the good that I am. So what I'm thinking about cutting is money. It's just paying bills quick and let's go. Because people, you mean, go to a barbershop right now is a headache for people, for family, especially a woman with 3 kids. They have to wait maybe 3, 4 hours. That's a day. Now with me, they come, they come the father and 2 kids, and they
Boom.
got out of here in 45 minutes. They out because
No
I do it by
nonsense.
appointment. I do it by appointment. I'm very disciplined,
Yeah.
and they know if they come late, I'm not gonna cut them.
Yeah.
That's
And
the way that I am.
little kids too, right? They sit in that chair right away, and oh my goodness, then the drama, the
Well,
tears, and the nonsense.
yeah, I love the kids because uh, you hear me? I have a lot of, I got most of the kids that I have, they have problems. And the mother and the father know me the way that I am, and they bring it to me because
That's good.
going to another barbershop, the barbers treat them real bad. They start crying. They know, but I think I got the love
Yeah.
for the kids and the talking, and that's what I love. I love the kids, and especially when they have problems, I love it. I love it. I got the candies, I got the chemistry, like oh, talking about boxing because
Yeah.
the kids love boxing
That's
and
good.
fighting. So that's what I love, and that's what the client that I have is kids. It's kids that have problems. It's not like regular kids. They're kind of crazy, but that's what I love.
But sometimes though we gravitate towards people that remind us of ourselves sometimes, right? Or how we grew up,
Right.
or if we got in
Well,
trouble, if we were on the streets, if we kind of, as you get older, you get wiser and you pull the little guy to the side and you're like, yo, 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 come on now. Get down. Like, hey man, like
you
I was you before, right? So you kind
you
of,
got it right. You got it
yeah,
right.
it was,
You got it right because that's the way that I am.
that's good. That's a good way to be. It's very rare. Two more before I let you get out of here. Do you watch a ton of boxing? Are you a boxing fanatic?
Yes, yes. I always every weekend there is a fight. That's why I started in love because when I was a kid, I was watching. My uncle used to be a fighter. My grandfather used to be a wrestler. So we got it in the blood, but I never tried it to the end. And it's a fight the weekend. I'm there watching. They're starting the fight and talking even by myself because I don't hang out a lot. But I love boxing. I love to watch the art of boxing and the
So
discipline.
I'll put you on the spot here. A little analysis real quick. Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia. What's the first thing you think of? Power versus
Oh,
speed?
I think wow, that's gonna be a good one. I have like 2 examples in that one. I have Pedraza. Remember Pedraza when he fought Tank? What Tank did? I think it's gonna be the same thing. He's gonna get it at the end, not
Really?
at the beginning. Yeah, he gonna Tank is
The
too
power.
strong. Yeah, and go too heavy. And he showed that he can box a lot when he fought people.
Yeah.
He said because people was going forward, he had to change his game and start boxing. But with Ryan, I think he's gonna take it easy the first round, and then at the end he's gonna finish it.
How about the heavyweight division? Do you look at Tyson Fury and say he's an all-time great heavyweight?
Not the old time heavyweight, but right now he's the best over there. He got so many skills and the mindset that he had because while he passed through in his personal life and come back, I mean, that's something crazy. You have to have a toughness in your mind to do that.
Who who do you did you have a fighter or a style that you emulated, and who growing up, who was your favorite fighter to watch?
Rigondeaux, the Cuban guy. The counter, yeah, I love that guy. When I was starting boxing, I used to watch him a lot because the counter punch. I'm a counter puncher, and that guy is awesome. He's a left-hander. I'm a left-hander, so I love Rigondeaux fights at that. Now I think he retired or he's fighting. He's still fighting. He fought the other day, but he's not the same. He's kind of old, but that's what I love to watch. Rigondeaux.
I thought maybe I was gonna get, you know, like a Carlos Ortiz or a Gomez or Benitez or, you know, Rosario, and instead you go with the Cuban.
yeah, because the style, he's very smart, very smart. He don't waste the punches. You don't waste no punches at all.
So you said real quick, you said, you know, weight wise, you're okay. So then I'm wondering, you know, the week leading up to the fight, I would probably say, you know, no arroz con pollo, tostones, plátano, nothing, man.
No,
Steamed chicken, broccoli.
No, I can't. This is the first time that I can eat. I can eat very, very whatever I want. I don't have no
too salty.
It's the weigh-in is 160, so I can eat anything, and I love it like that because I don't have to be suffer like before. Like sometimes you spend 2 days without eating like something good. Now I can eat anything.
I don't know, man. That salt sits. That salt just sits there. You know, real quick, funny story. So my friends years ago were from Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic, and they moved to Florida. And they said, "Oh, come down and visit us in Florida." And I was like, "All right, I'll go down for a week." And all I remember is when, at the time, my father picked me up at the airport after. He looked at me and he goes, "You better start exercising and working out." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" I was down there for 7 days. And I ran every day, and I went to the beach, and I went swimming, and I put on probably 12 pounds in 7 days because they ate so late at night. I'm like, stop frying it, get rid of the salt. And
and the breakfast in DR is crazy. The breakfast over there, my grandma give me a breakfast. That's a lunch. No, that's a breakfast. I'm like, that's mango, plátanos in the breakfast like that. I'm like, wow, I can be very big.
You can fight at 175. You can fight it almost cruiserweight. So, are you a coffee drinker?
No, not really.
Oh, I love Bustelo.
Oh my God. I have one of my coaches before. He used to be crazy with the coffee all the time.
Well, every day, man, I drink my coffee.
That's the energy. That's the energy. Yes. The caffeine.
That's the energy. So, all right, listen, I know I can't hold you. So that fight's coming up March 18th. That's in Harrisburg?
Harrisburg, PA. Yep.
Okay. And if people want to get tickets for that,
yeah, they can contact me, and my number is in the flyers. 717-389-5562. They can contact me. I can go whatever place and give you the tickets, and it's gonna be the third fight. We hold the main event. We have 6 fight professionals and 12 amateur fight that night. So it's gonna be a big night of boxing over there in Harrisburg.
I saw you got that kid Angel Perez and Antonio Perez on the card too, right? They're both undefeated.
Yeah, they're gonna be there fighting, putting a show, and they're from there too. They're pretty excited to watch these 2 kids coming up. They're very crazy. They like 19 years old.
Wow. So I would imagine then the next time we talk, you'll probably be about 10 pounds heavier. Your post fight, your post meal, but
20. I'll say 20.
And then you'll be able to cut
like 20 pounds.
Yeah, you'll be able to cut weight early with that one. But Nicolas, appreciate it, my friend. I know I gotta let you go. The best of luck on 318. You got an open invite to come back on. Gracias por tu tiempo. I appreciate it, brother.
All right, man. Thank you.
Okay, be well. Take care.